Hi everyone, I'm Tom, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make reusable pumpkin carving stencils using a Cricut. If you don't have a Cricut or a cutting machine, there are other ways of doing it as well. Maybe just kind of watch, take a look to see, but let's take a look at what we do. So first, I'm already in Design Space. However, we need a pattern to use. One of my favorite sources to go to is a website called Zombie Pumpkins. They do a beautiful job, and they have so many different patterns, and they have some for free as well. The ones that aren't free is paid. I'm not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by these folks. I just really like their patterns. So here we have one for Pee Wee Herman. So I'm going to go into print this pattern. I can save it. However, it's not the biggest fan of the file type because it's going to save as a PDF. So what I do is I come down to our snipping tool, do new, going to crop what I want. And getting a little bit of that text and the little preview in the corner is not a biggie. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. So we're going to take that. We are going to go ahead and save. You can do a better name than what I just did, but as long as you know what you're grabbing, it's not too bad. Then we're going to the Cricut Design Space. Now, if you don't have a Cricut, you can use a different app like the Affinity Designer or Affinity Photo would be a really good spot for this. And let us go up into New Project. Because what we want to do is we're going to come down to upload our image, browse, and we're going to grab that Pee Wee Herman that we just did. I like taking it down to simple because it already got rid of the text inside, their watermark that they have up there, which we don't want the machine to cut. So now we got to come through and select exactly what we don't want cut and what we want cut. So I'm going to get rid of the big background. I'm going to come down to our erase tool here. And let's get rid of this up here in the top corner, as well as this down here. So that should leave us with just the face here. So we're going to apply and continue. I don't want to print then cut. I just want to cut this image here. So we're going to go ahead and upload that. There we go. And you can tell I've done some other of these projects already. This is one of my favorite techniques that I've learned over the last few years. So let's go ahead and add this to our canvas. Now, my sheets of paper I know I have are 8.5 by 11. So right now this is 6.64 by 10.68. Trying to get a pumpkin that size is a little bit rough, and this is where it's going to depend on the pumpkin and where the reusability is going to be a little bit of a problem. Bigger pumpkin, you could blow this up bigger, but you're going to need a bigger blank to put this on. Or if you have smaller pumpkins, obviously you're going to have to go smaller. So it's reusable, but it's going to stay the same size. But as long as we have this uploaded, we can always remake it on this, which is absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to bring this down. Let's go 5.32 to 8. Yeah, about 8.5. I think that'll be decent. So we're going to go ahead and make it. Going to material size. So I have 8.5 by 11. I'm going to move this more to the center. Doesn't have to be exact, doesn't have to be perfect. But I like having it in the middle for peeling it off. I get a little bit more to hold on to on the sides. So we're going to put that there. Now, the material I use is I have this Astro Bright's 65 weight cardstock. Comes in white, comes in black. I tend to prefer white, but the black came in, and it works just the same. So, yeah, this thicker cardstock is really nice. Holds up really well, and we'll show you that side. So with our Cricut here, we're just going to use the light grip. We're going to take that sheet and just apply it down like so. Get the machine woke up here, put her on in. Now we want to make sure, now I'm using the, I think it's the Explorer Air 2, it's older one, works just fine for this. But I'm gonna want it down on my cardstock. And then, yeah, back in the software, we've got it, yeah, the base material set to that, as on that, and we send it. All right, now that it's done and off, all we have to do, very carefully, stick that. That'll kind of give you the basic idea of what you're going to do, and we'll just take a little scraper tool, get those bits off. We're not going to need those. But when we take it and put it onto our pumpkin, oops. The other thing you want to do, sometimes it doesn't cut everywhere all the way through. We're just going to take that, be very careful. Remove that, we're going to check everywhere else. That looks good. But then what you're going to want to do is, for the pumpkin, you're going to want to set that down. Put that onto the pumpkin. Make sure the pumpkin is dry. If you go from outside to inside, you got temperature difference. You're going to want to give it a little bit of time first, but just take a Sharpie. All right, after you're done going all the way around, there you go. All you have to do, follow that with your knives, cut through, and this is completely reusable. Saves you a lot of the old poke through technique, kind of a lot of wear and tear, much quicker, and yeah, it's reusable. If you ever miss any parts, like I'm looking at that eye here going, yeah, it's not completely closed, it's not hard to just go back and wind it up just a little bit. And the nice thing of printing it off this way is you can tell where the more sensitive areas are. So it's going to help you kind of plot your course a little bit once you actually do start to carve, but I'm covering that in a different video. Now, if you don't have the Cricut machine or a cutter machine like this, you could always do this with an X-Acto knife as well. Just print off your pattern, put it onto the cardstock, and just go around with an X-Acto knife. It's going to take more work, but it's going to give you nearly the same thing. This is saving me a lot of time and a lot of effort, and I got something reusable. It's really nice. So that's it. That is how to make a reusable pumpkin pattern stencil for pumpkin carving. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing more pumpkin projects throughout the Halloween season. And also don't forget to check out our how to carve awesome pumpkins video as well. If you have any questions, please feel free and leave them down in the comments below. I'll get back to them as soon as I can. But thank you so much for watching.